Hi again, everyone. Welcome to another episode of RV Business Capital Talk, sponsored by Eric Sell. I'm Rick Kessler. With me, as always, Sherman Goldenberg. We're from RV Business, and joining the two of us this afternoon, we have Susan Carpenter. Susan, of course, she runs the aftermarket division over at B&B Molders in Mishawaka, but she also is the president of the RV Women's Alliance. And I almost said 6 years, but I think it is 6 years for
This
RVWA'a.
year is going to be 6 years. In fact, next month it'll be 6 years.
Wow, that's amazing. I still remember, RVX, that was, I guess, the official public launch of it.
Yep. Yep, it was. And ever since then it's been growing exponentially. I can't keep up with it this year.
Well, we brought you on because we wanted to get an update on all things RV Women's Alliance, but how about an overview? I mean, you just said you can't keep up with it. It's huge.
It is. We've got so many programs that just keep on growing. So we organically each year take something new and kind of try it out, do a pilot program. If it works, we go farther on it.
Yeah,
Get the words out of my mouth today. Um,
it's
and
private.
so, those programs have just naturally grown. And it's a beast in itself, and it's a great one. We've got so much coming down the line this year. We've got two full-time employees that are constantly working on it, which is new for us, and we need them. There's that much going on.
Go ahead, Sherm.
No, she answered my question, the very question I was just going to ask her. So go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, Savannah Henry, we brought in last year, mid-year, and then Brittany Gingrich, who does all of our marketing.
Because the rest of you have your own jobs.
Yes, we have daytime jobs. And so the rest of it's all basically volunteer. Last year, they did start paying me just a little tiny bit just to make me feel better, I guess. For all the time and away from home I used for this project.
Susan, before we go any further, maybe just refresh everybody's memory, let us know again the mission statement, what RVWA was founded for and continues to do.
Yeah, we were founded in 2019. That was our launch. Basically, over the past 6 years, we've really kind of honed it down to we want to do three things in this industry for women: is elevate, educate, and promote. And those things are very important to us because to be dropped in the middle of an industry like this, it's a male-dominated industry. I've been in it for more years than I'll ever admit. Sometimes I will. And, it's intimidating. And to find a community where you can go to and share your ideas, feel like, you're part of a bigger cause really helps women thrive within this industry. And that's what we do in all of our programs. When the women come out, and men, I got to admit, we have men members. You guys, I'm sure are men, or I'm sure you're men. I'm sure you're members by now. If you're not, you're in big trouble. But anyways, they come out the other side of these programs saying, oh my God, this was so great. I met so many people, that either inspired me or I connected with. And that's important to us.
Very good. Very good. So let's dive right into this long, and I do mean long, list of activities and events and happenings that you've got going.
Yeah.
Where do you want to start?
Well, let's start with I have it in chronological order by what's happening each month, so to speak.
Okay.
And I'm going to keep it at somewhat of a high level just because, there's so much going on. But March 1st, which is coming up right around the corner, we have our brunch where we're finishing off our drive for I Support the Girls. What that was is we were collecting sanitary items for that charity, because what that charity stands for is the underprivileged and the people that, domestic violence, people that, are in emergency situations, any kind of like hurricane or disaster like the house fire. People are always, there to give canned goods and diapers and all that kind of stuff, but they forget about women's needs. And so this gives a woman dignity back and be able to have some of this. So we've been collecting those. Our goal's been 80,000 pieces. And on March 1st at the Hall of Fame, we're collecting the last of them. And we're also through a brunch, and that's from 10 to noon. And it kicks off our Women's History Month because March is Women's History Month. So 10 to noon, it's open to anybody. You don't even have to be a member. Just come, and hopefully you bring a box of your own to add to the stack. We're hoping to fill up an RV full of them. So we're really excited about that one.
And let me point out too, for any additional information on any of these events that you're going to be telling us about, rvwa.org.
Simple as that. Yep. Yep. And then during the whole month of March, we have some leadership panels, and we've got 4 of them. And each one has 4 leaders of their industry. We're covering, let's see, March 10th is suppliers, March 17th is OEMs, 24th is hospitality, and the 31st is dealership. So each one of those days, and we kind of scattered them around because not one day is always good for everybody each week. We have leaders speaking about those categories. And if you're interested in any of them, how they're doing, what made them leaders in their field, that type of thing, tune in. It's virtual. If you can't make it virtual, they will be taped and posted on our website.
Terrific.
Yeah.
Gosh, I guess, does that take us into, and maybe I'm skipping ahead too much, but the camp out?
It comes to the camp out. That's one of my favorites. Don't tell anybody. It's going to be our 3rd annual camp out that happens in Howe, Indiana, and that's at the Twin Mills Campground. First weekend, 2nd to the 4th. This year we're doing an 80s theme.
Oh,
So we've done Kentucky Derby themes and stuff like that. So we're going to have 80s Olympic themed stuff. We have a campsite crawl. We also have, crafts that we're doing things for charity. So last year we made dog toys and gave them away to dog shelters. We have, just campfire chats. We have a planned karaoke this year. Last year was kind of unplanned. So food trucks, and it's just a lot of fun. It's only $60 for the whole weekend to be there. If you don't have an RV, there's a couple cabins. If you can't get into either one of those, rent an RV. We will be there to help you set it up. But that one's just it's kind of a relaxed atmosphere. And I'm trying to get you to go, Rick, this year, because there are guys that go every year.
I am talking about it with my wife.
Awesome.
Susan, I'm going to spill the beans though. Sherman is going to go there because he heard about the karaoke and he wants to sing Wang Chung.
I go every year. I go every year. What was that date again?
It's May 2nd through 4th.
Okay.
So you could go for the day, you could go for the weekend. Doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. I'm writing it down.
Come have some fun. I gotta admit, it is a lot of fun. It's very relaxed. You do what you want to do. You can sit around the campfire. You can participate. There's something for everybody. And if you just want to eat, that's the place to be. A lot of good food.
You're speaking my language. All right.
We always walk away exhausted, but had so much fun.
Okay.
So,
Sherman, I know you had a question you wanted to get into it more on the business.
It was just more on general market and the world as you see it. But yeah, let's go with that. We're still really at a point in the year where there's big question marks.
yeah.
And having absolutely nothing to do with the federal government. I'm simply talking about business. What are you seeing out there?
It's still uncertain. I think people are still weary. People are kind of questioning where it's going to go. I see dealers kind of holding back a little bit. I think some of them are kind of coming out of their shell a little bit more, getting a little bit more relaxed with it, but there's definitely still a lot of caution out there. And it's affecting the aftermarket. It's affecting every market. Our OEM business is doing well. The aftermarket's got a good month under their belt, but you could feel it. It's just not back to anything stable yet. And I don't think we're going to see that for a little while yet.
Susan, was that pretty much the topic of conversation at the various distributor shows you were at?
Yeah, so I went to just about everyone. I think I missed one. The buying atmosphere was good. People were buying, but they weren't buying as much as they were, right? And when you're talking to people are like, "Oh yeah, this is, it's gonna be it's gonna be an okay year." So I don't think it's doom and gloom. I just think people are just optimistically cautious.
Okay. Okay.
And would that describe your own view?
Yeah, yeah. I'm optimistically cautious. I think COVID was a great thing to experience in some aspects, but I think it did us more harm than good because everything became very unstable. So we're still trying to find our footing again. And once we find our footing, we'll be okay.
How about maybe an update on B&B Molders? Any product launches you want to pass along?
Oh, there's just so many of them, Rick. So in the aftermarket side, because we do so much with the OEMs, that we're constantly developing new products for them. Every year they ask us for something a little bit different, a little different color, designer colors and stuff like that. So I work on the aftermarket side. So my job is constantly trying to keep up with all that. So right now we're working on about, I'm going to say 60 new products to launch out into the aftermarket that the OEMs already have. That's where that kind of job kind of comes a little bit easier for me because I'm just getting it from the source of what the OEMs are using. I don't have to go out and research to see, what should we bring on. If the OEM's using it, I'm going to offer it into the aftermarket. So business has been good.
Very good. Very good. Sherman?
Should we let her off the hook?
I think so. And once again, for all of the information on RVWA's events, go to rvwa.org to get all of that. And I think there's some registration portals there too as well.
Oh yeah. And there's a lot more events coming this summer. We're a 501c3 charitable foundation that just got launched.
That's
which
right.
is
That's
the
right.
RVWA Charitable Foundation. So that's huge too. So we're going to have a golf outing this year. We're having our symposium. We're having summer education discussion series. There's so much going on. So you just need to go out to our website and find out or sign up and get our newsletters. And therefore,
There you go.
you'll always be in the know.
There you
And
go.
we'll do some more updates on rvbusiness.com, of course.
Absolutely.
Very good.
Yeah.
Susan,
All right.
thank you again.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you.